Damn, goddamn, what a day, huh? I know your head is probably spinning. I know mine is. I'm like, what is really going on right now, right? What a dramatic day, especially with AMC. We had a mixed bag today, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. Bitfarm was up a little bit for the day, right? It hit all the way to 810. Right now it's at 778. That's a lot of volatility there, right? And then also Lucid. That was up to 56 today. It's at 51 right now, guys. I mean, it was a very mixed bag, right? So I'm here to bring you the key information, guys. Make sure you're staying up to date with the information, right? And I do have some stuff that I need to show you guys and to explain to you kind of like my thought process and, how to react to it. On days like this, guys, you really have to stay patient and not panic and not trade with emotions because it's out of our control right now, right? So if you don't know by now, there was some news that hit, and I'm gonna explain this why there was a big damper on the market today, guys. Real quick, Rutch. Let me pull this up. So obviously, it's because of the part of it, right? Is because of the first confirmed U.S. case of the Omicron coronavirus strain, right? It was detected in California, and I'm not gonna go into this detail stuff. If you want to read it, it's on CNN. But yeah, that's basically what started the whole thing. And as far as AMC, well, it's just that's a heavy manipulated stock in my opinion. So they took advantage of the price action that was going down. Okay, and then after hours, we saw this huge push with AMC went above 30 again, right? So that was because there was a tweet that came out. I saw it was a news that some, hedge fund or whatever said they covered yesterday. So they're actually not short on AMC and they publicly put it on Twitter. I don't know if it has something to do with that current price action, but I did see that. And check this out. So I'm actually going to teach you guys something right now. And I'm just gonna call it the, options 101, guys. Options 101. Let me make sure. Yeah, I'm on the right screen here. So it goes back to this. If you saw my previous video, I was saying if you're long on a company, you can buy put options to protect your shares, right? So you can take advantage of the dips and this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy this share or this option or this or that, right? This is just what I do in the market and some of my techniques, okay? So we're saying the price, just to remind you, is at $50. So you're long and you're saying, you have shares at an average of 50, let's say, and you're long, you're thinking this is going to go over 100 by March, let's just say, you're going to take advantage of these dips, right? You're going to buy the put options. So let me explain to you what put options are in the most basic way that I can explain it to you guys, right? Because there's a million ways. There's like so many ways you can play options, guys. But this is kind of how I play them, all right? So you got your options 101, and there's going to be two things when it comes to options. You're going to have calls, which that means that you're betting the price is going to go up, and then you have puts, right? So you're saying that the price is going to go down. With calls, it's more of a bullish thing. With puts, it's more of a bearish thing, right? And then you're gonna look what gives these contracts, these options, the value is the stock price, right? Whatever the stock price is at, and then the time, right? So because these actually expire. What I mean is shares, right? You buy shares, you can hold them as long as you want. They don't expire, right? You just have to worry about your average price in order to start making profit on the way up. But options, they actually expire, right? They run out, they terminate if by a certain date. And then just things you need to know, right? So each option, guys, whether it's a call or a put, it represents 100 shares each, right? Every single option is 100 shares. It's not 101, it's not 200, they're always 100 shares. Exactly. And then options are very, very risky, guys. You can lose all the money that you put in, right? So with shares, you can sit on them and the value is going to change. And if you start going up, well, you're going to make profit, right? But they don't expire. You don't necessarily lose money unless you sell the shares. The way options work is you're going to choose a strike price and a date, right? So we're just saying this is at $50 right here, right? The current share price is $50. So if you're buying calls, guys, the contracts, you're betting that the price is going to go up. And you choose, right? You actually choose what price. So if it's at 50, you're like, oh, I think it's going to be right $60 by, let's just say January, right? So you would buy a call option with that date and that price. And that's how you would make the profit on it, okay? When the price starts going up, you start making profit. But now with puts, guys, put options, if you buy a put option and you're right, you say it's 50 right now, and you're just like, okay, well, it's probably going to go down to 40. There's a lot of bad news coming out right now, right? So you're saying, boom, you buy puts. As the price comes down, guys, you make profit, okay? That's how that works, the put option. So calls, you make profit on the way up. Puts, you make profit on the way down. So remember this: you choose a strike price and a date, and that is your risk, okay? That's what gives it value. Now, what I'm gonna just point out is I'm gonna show you an actual options chain real quick, right? So you can kind of understand what I'm talking about after that example, okay? So AMC option chain, and I'm just gonna go to the Yahoo one here, and you can look at them at different websites, right? I mean, it's all the same chain, guys. So look at this. We're gonna look at the dates. So you always have to worry about the date, and then you have to worry about the price. So there's strike price right here. That is what you're looking at, right? And I'm just giving you the most basic way to explain calls and puts, right? So you're betting, say, you know, the price right now is 30.15 actually after hours, right? It's changing here. So you're like, okay, it's going to be $35 by February 10th. So you would go and buy this option here, okay? And that's a call, and you would have until then, and I don't know the current price. So what gives it the price is going to be the share, the underlying share, right? And the volatility as well, okay? But I'm just trying to give you just the options 101, just so you understand the basics of that, guys. And we're going to go look at this chart, right? So this is my AMC chart. I don't know why it's not working on Webull, because look, it's not uploading for me. And so I'm looking to see why. I don't know why, because that's just AMC, guys. The other ones are working. They were, right, on Webull. So I'm also currently watching it just on another app right now. The current price of AMC is $29.98. But what I want to show you guys is we weren't the only ones. So remember that I told you there was a big damper today, right? The news came out. There was a Corona, the new variant was found in the US. So remember that a lot of stocks got hit, guys. A lot of stocks got hit. And it's not loading, but I don't really have much to show you anyways on this right now. We know what it looked like today, right? It was a bloodbath. And there was a reason why we're hanging out here, is because that's a support line, guys. And look, I just really want to show you something else, guys. The pictures of the order flow, I took screenshots today, because this is what I'm talking about, the algorithmic trading, right? So you look at this, there was only 0.81 versus 0, no large orders, and you saw that price like move, right? It went down. And so this doesn't really make sense, guys. Look, it was actually more money coming in, 363 versus 342 million, guys. And you're talking about the price went down? What? This is what never works with AMC. And then remember this, look. So right here this is saying 513 million shares are outstanding, all right? So that's what I see here on Webull. And then when we go over to, where was I looking at this right now? There was something that I found. Okay, right here. This is showing the dark pool activity today, right? And like always, it's high. I mean, it was, you know, probably 60% is the average, I think. But look at what it says here. Shares outstanding 513, but the float is only 448 million, guys. There's a discrepancy there. Okay, the other on Webull, it says there is. Let me see. Shares outstanding 513, and the free floats is 513. It says this is saying the free flow is 448. I don't understand, right? So let me show you this, guys. And just to update you guys, you know, I think we've been doing the AMC thing wrong. What I mean by that is that we could have literally bought puts, right? So this technically could be AMC. I'm not saying it is. I'm not telling you to go buy this or not. But I'm telling you, as an ape, you know, we should have protected our investments, guys. What we could have done when we were hanging out at $40, $50 as a community, right? We could have bought put options, right? If we were like, oh, these guys have a lot of shares to short us with, right? Because you make money as the price comes down. So if we would have came in and protected our shares, guys, and our price, knowing, right? The hedge funds know, the people, the short sellers know that when the stock price goes down, they, you make profit, right? So why don't we as apes buy shares or put options to protect ourselves, guys? To protect ourselves, right? Our shares, like we were hanging out at 50, we could have bought put options at 40 for the strike, right? Right? And we could have protected ourselves and our investments as apes because they would know that if they were to bring the price down like they did today, right, on purpose, especially not just because of the news, but the maliciousness of them doing this, right? Shorting more shares, because you can fact check that. I bet you the short interest has gone up. The last time I saw the name on Ortex, it was I think it was like 17, maybe 16 something percent up from the 15, right? So they're taking out more shares to sell into the pool. All right, so they're making their position larger, and we don't know what's going to happen next, guys. It might, we might start see hedge funds closing out. It could happen, right? We already saw one that tweeted it, and they said they closed it out yesterday. Okay, so just an idea, guys. Moving forward, if you agree with me that we can protect ourselves, right, by doing maybe this, and I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what I think, in my opinion. So 80% in shares, and if we would have had 20% puts, guys, we would have been good, right? Like we would have made money today on the put options, right? Because of how dramatic that price, and we would have been able to come back and buy more shares if we wanted to, right? Just an idea, guys. And what I want to show you is the last part for AMC is this, guys. So this is AMC, right? And this is today. I took these screenshots today. You see this back and forth. This is how they did. They're just ping-ponging the price action in order to walk it down, right? They're walking down the price. Now let me show you what like a normal one. This is AMC again. Let me find Lucid. I'm just gonna compare it to Lucid, guys. Look at the difference. Do you see how there's random, orders in here? 371, 947, 2. It's like, actually, I feel like this looks more realistic, right? If you're a retail, if you're an investor, like a lot of times you're not buying exactly 100 shares or selling 100, right? It's not exact like that. And look at how exact this is compared to AMC, right? And I'm just showing you the order books off Webull, so you can kind of understand the manipulation that the apes have been talking about and why we're still in this play. And I was looking in the chat room, guys, and all that, and nobody's scared, guys. Like what happened today, right, with the price going down, we know that's not the real price because of all the tricks that they do, right? So I just wanted to point this out, guys. Like there's different screenshots that I took here, and you can see it was just ping ponging all day. And there's more people, right, that do the same thing. Go on Twitter and look. We notice this stuff, right? We know what's going on. And let me also show you the freaking, here we go. This is as of November 15, right? We always get the data 2 weeks delayed as retail investors, right? So this is the most current information that I could bring to you, pointing out, guys, that the price on the chart, why it does not matter, because they still owe 87.4 million real shares, guys. Look, and that's worth $3.7 billion. If they cover that, you really think the AMC is going to stay at $30, $40, right? Do the math, guys. It's going to shoot up. And then what I want to show you is how consistent this is. Look, you can go all the way back to June 15, right? They owed $5 billion. Right here, $3 billion, $4 billion, $4 billion. We're sitting at $3.73 billion, guys, that the short sellers currently own. And everything with AMC is looking positive for the future. The NFT stuff and all that, the new movies. I bet you they're going to start releasing NFTs with every single movie, guys. That's a game changer, right? They announced that they sold the most tickets that they have in a while, right? And in one day, guys, like in history. So pay attention to that stuff, right? The news and all this other stuff that they try to scare us with, like we don't pay attention to it. It doesn't matter. And the calls, guys, like instead of us buying all these calls, we literally should be buying puts, guys, to protect our investments, to hedge, right? Because we knew that they were going to try to attack us, and we knew that they were noticing that we were paying attention to the pattern that was forming, right? And it either breaks up or down, and it broke down. Okay, that's just what happened. I mean, there's nothing else to say about that. And remember, the days to cover is extremely high, guys. Like literally, the only thing that has changed is the price on the chart. And they're still doing their maliciousness tricks and all their shady stuff in the background. So remember, look, GameStop, it also went down -8%. It wasn't just AMC guys that took a hit today. It was a lot. So just wanted to put all this information out there for you guys. And also next, that's all I got for AMC. So let's go ahead and move to Lucid. All right. So Lucid today, guys, it was a pretty high volume, is what I noticed. And it was fighting. I mean, in the morning, guys, you saw this, right? This is called the Fibonacci retracement, guys. So this is going to show you once a drop happens, okay? So you can kind of measure the drop. So you take the highest and the lowest point, and we saw this come crashing down, right? So we saw the bottom. So now it had this range to trade in, guys. And this is the 1 minute chart. Just, it's a super close chart, but what you have to pay attention to is this was the last level of support right now, guys, okay? So I'm long on Lucid, I'm protecting my shares. I bought a couple puts, made some profit on puts, and I'm still holding another put because I'm protecting my shares. Did I sell my shares? No. I'm holding my shares long term, okay? But to protect my investment, and because I realized, oh crap, the bad news came out, right? So what usually happens when bad news comes out? Stocks go down, okay? And this is probably the crash that everybody has been talking about, and this is what triggered it, okay, guys? Fear, right? Fear of the new virus and not knowing what's going to happen with if people are vaccinated or not. That's just fear, okay? And that's what causes these drops. But it's just temporary, guys. Remember, like, this is pricing in the action for what happened, right? But it's gonna find new action to price in the next few weeks or days, right? And like I said, it's just, if you're an investor, you're going long, guys. If you're a trader, if you're a day trader, I don't know how you would be a day trader right now. There hasn't really been many plays unless you're playing puts. If you're playing puts, then you're making money on the way down, right? So let's see if I could let me point out. Yeah, okay. So just this, remember, we want to see if it's going to hold this, but if it doesn't, guys, it's going to come down, okay? And remember, if you want to buy more shares out to your position, you can always add when it goes down, okay? And that's how you get your average cost down. As far as Lucid, I don't have any major news that I saw. Yesterday they were talking about the batteries and all that stuff. So just keep that in mind, guys. But I don't have any major news on Lucid. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to Bitfarms. And what I really liked in Bitfarms, guys, is the strength that it's showing, the support, right? So we got Bitfarms right here. And this is the 2 minute chart. Okay, so I'm pretty close. You see this gap down, and then it filled the gap, guys. And now we had a tough day, but it really wasn't that bad for Bitfarms, to be honest, guys. Let me just pull it up here. So volume was 10.5 million. And it's pretty much a dead even day, guys. Even though the worst of the worst news came out, right? It's still holding up, and it's at 0.65 and 0.66 after hours. So it was literally a flat day. Even though it did push in the morning, guys, like, it wants to go up, right? It was ready to start making moves, and it got knocked down, unfortunately, right? Let's pull this up. Order flow. So again, 0 and 0, nothing, right? You see the hedge funds, the big investors that are just sitting on it, they're just waiting for the long. No big orders were processed. So 11.41 versus 11.5, 7.02 on the small, and then 6.43 on the small, right? So more inflow than outflow, but just basically a dead even day. Again, we're just waiting on news. Hopefully they release news about the miners they're adding and all that expansion, and once we get through this bad news of the corona, and we're gonna see what happens, right? Hopefully they contain it and don't let it get out of hand, okay? Yeah, so again, I don't have any news articles, but let's go ahead and move on to Loopring. So Loopring, guys, is having a tough day, I think, as well. It's just flat right now. Luckily, nothing crazy has happened with this one, guys. So market cap sitting at 3.8, the volume 4.62, which is a little down, which is understandable because of what's going on. And you have a dead even 50% buy, 50% sell, guys. 1.3 billion circulating, right? And we said I think the total coins out there is 1.7 billion. So everyone's just kind of waiting, and I'm gonna show you this awesome article that came out on Loopring, guys. I will share it with you in the description again. I always like to put the links down there if you want to go and read this. So check this out. It's called Loopring price continues to show strong support at $2.70. Is Loopring ready for a breakout, right? And I think it really is, guys. I really think it's getting loaded up to go to $4 or $5. That's my, price prediction. personal price prediction. It's just talking about, the price is at 270 after hitting an all-time high of $3.60 on November 10th. The ecosystem continues to grow and recently placed as the 4th largest layer 2 network by market share. Okay, we're following these ones. And is LRC ready to break above 3? Yeah. So we already know what Loopring is, right? We've gone over it. NFT marketplace, security. It's based on the Ethereum network, the blockchain. Okay, guys, all that stuff. So remember that. Don't forget that. And it continues to expand its ecosystem, right? So that's good news. It's growing. They're working on it. They have a set plan on what they want to do with it, right? So they're following the plan. So now, is this ready for a breakout, guys? In the past 24 hours, it's up 0.64%, right, according to the chart. And the support at $2.70. So if it comes down to that price, right, that's a good time to pick up coins, cryptocurrency. And in addition, we can see that the trading volume is low, meaning the chances that the market will rally anytime soon are slim. So that's kind of bearish. But however, the good news is that LRC can maintain that $2.70 level exceptionally well. Loopring has also tested the $3 support level several times, but hasn't been able to hold it, right? So that would be our next resistance and our support, guys. If we can hold above 3, that's going to be a really bullish thing. We can't forget to mention the rumors of a potential GameStop partnership, okay? So remember, GameStop has earnings on, let's see. I think it's on November 8th, guys. So I'll double check here. Let's see. So the earnings report says it's going to come out on December 8th. So maybe the news will be packed in there, guys, and they might release the news that day, right? That would be crazy. And there's no doubt that Loopring will see a massive bull run when GameStop announces if and when GameStop announces the partnership. And it only makes sense that the market continues trading sideways for the time being. And I agree, right? But yeah, this thing, covers it just came out. So I'll go ahead and put that down there, guys. So yeah, I needed to give you guys this. I know that today was rough, guys. I've been through this before, trust me. And what you do is you just dig into the information and understand what's going on. And of course, if you need to make moves and all that, it's your money, guys. I will never tell you what to do with your money. But I am very interested to see what happens with AMC going forward, right? This is a lot of movement even after hours. We normally don't see movement after hours like this, guys. And yeah, it's at 29.91, up 4.69% currently. And yeah, guys, if you agree with me, right, share the information with the fellow ape guys, right? I'm trying to push this out, like, as much facts and true information that I can bring to you guys, right? And I will do my best to do that to you guys. And just don't panic. Like I said, don't trade off emotions. That's how the worst trades happen, right? When you trade on emotions, you have to trade on facts and knowledge, and that's how and patience, guys. Patience is key in the market, and this is how you learn, right? By being patient and learning, when to get in. Timing is very important in the market too, guys. So the options, that's why it's way more risk. Like, you have to be able to time it a little bit better. So please, if you need to do more research on options, if you want to start trading, it's basically a whole nother market, a whole nother world, guys. So keep that in mind, all right? And I hope you have a great rest of your day, guys. And we'll keep an eye on this. And if anything crazy happens, right, you can follow me on Twitter, guys, right? D's Daily DD, the same over on Twitter. So I hope to catch you guys on there. If not, catch you guys in the next video, okay? Later.